1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome, kings and queens, to Believe in Yourself Tuesday. I'm your host, Lakina Fulks, and we're in the month of March, Women's Month. It's a great time to be a woman. Women are doing some phenomenal things in the marketplace. Hey, we're making money moves right now. I want to talk about a woman. Her name is Madam C.J. Walker. She done some great things. We know her as the inventor of the pressing comb. I know I need that pressing comb. She was a self-made millionaire. She has a famous quote, "I got my start by giving myself a start." What that simply means to me is that she had to believe in herself before she can really pull those things out of her that can really hit the masses and make an impact in the world. She empowered herself first, and then she was able to empower others. That's something phenomenal. Well, on the show today, we have a great woman that's done some great things. So sit tight and we'll be right back. Welcome back, kings and queens. And I have a very special guest with me today. I have Dr. Sabrina Jackson with us on the show today. I want to read a little bit about Dr. Sabrina. Dr. Sabrina Jackson is a native Detroiter. She is a graduate of Cass Tech University, Eastern Michigan University, and Wayne State University. That is where she received her master's degree at the age of 23. She is a well-known author, writer, business, and life coach. Welcome, Dr. Sabrina, to Believe in Yourself Tuesday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. So, Dr. Sabrina, I'm so glad you just decided to join us today. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and some of your accomplishments that you've had so far.
Ooh, okay. I am a trained clinical therapist. I have been in practice and working for 30 plus years post graduate school. Ugh.
Okay.
Just even say that is like, ugh. But the years have been kind. I still look good.
Yes.
I have a media presence. I'm on Fox 2 weekly. I have my own segment called People 911 with Dr. Sabrina, because people are in a state of emergency. And I give you tips, tools, and techniques on how to deal with those things we call people.
Okay.
I'm an author. I sing a little, grew up in church and sang in church. And I'm considered the dark-skinned Clark sister. The Clark sisters are my sisters.
Okay.
Grew up on Sorrento in Detroit. So, yeah. And I am the mother of an amazing son, only one child, and he is amazing. He got his master's at 23 as well.
Oh, wow. That's great. That is great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And you've done many amazing things. You also was in Essence magazine as well.
I've been featured in Essence a couple of times.
Okay. Yeah.
We did a talk about how women who are healed, how they behave. And so we did a whole thing around this whole reality show when women fight. And so how to be a woman who doesn't have to fight other women. And so since this being Women's History Month, we really want to help women understand that you don't have to fight your sister.
Yeah.
You are your sister.
Yes.
And so I created an assessment to find out what type of woman you are. Are you a woman who always has to bite back? Or are you a person who are a people pleaser? So the type of person that you are, when you find out where you are, then you know the steps to get where you want to be.
Okay. And this assessment, where can someone find this assessment?
I believe that it's still on Essence website. So if you go to Essence and look up Women Who Heal or Dr. Sabrina, I'm sure it pops up for you.
Okay. Well, that's great. I'm really intrigued by that. Definitely going to be looking that up. Okay, Dr. Sabrina. So as a people expert, because you're an expert in many different fields as well. So as a people expert giving advice, do you also seek advice yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I say every coach needs a coach, every parent needs a parent, every teacher needs a teacher, every pastor needs a pastor. I don't care who you are, you need someone that you can have so that you can talk to, that you can listen to, that is the voice of reason, that can talk you down off the ledge, because sometimes I'm tripping.
Right.
And when I'm tripping, I need somebody to say, come on back, girl, come on this side.
Right.
So absolutely, I have mentors who mentor me in business. I have a spiritual mother, I have spiritual brothers, I have bishops, I have friends who I can trust, who I know when I tell them my real, it's going to stay there.
Right, right. So would you say being at a certain caliber in many different genres, you or any other person, that it's needful to have someone that they can talk to and seek advice? Because some people, they may not think that maybe a doctor has a doctor because they're a doctor.
Guess what? If I was diagnosed with an illness, I can't treat myself. That's not wise. I can't operate on myself.
Right.
So all of us need someone in every area of our life, whether it has to do with our money, whether it has to do with our relationships with our kids or with our husbands, wherever we are, we can't see ourselves when we're inside the frame.
That's good.
When we're inside the picture, we can't see it. You can't see when you're all close. So you need somebody who's outside who can look at the totality and then give you feedback. And so all of us have to be coachable.
That's good. Be coachable. Be coachable. Okay. So, Dr. Sabrina, tell us a little bit of something of what you went through in life that you had to overcome.
Oh, that list is long. I think as long as you're living, you're going to have things that you have to overcome. I think for me, one of the biggest things is I am a survivor, and I say thriver, because I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving, of sexual abuse, of rape. I was gang raped at 14 and didn't say a word. And I didn't say a word because by 14, I was already conditioned not to tell because I was molested at 7. So when you learn not to tell, it's easier not to tell.
Right.
So I had to get to the point that I began to tell my truth, stand in my truth, honor my truth, no matter how it affected other people. I think sometimes we don't tell our truth because we're so worried about what someone else is going to think about what we've said. Well, if they don't like it, if they can't deal with it, oh well, it's still my truth.
Right. So going back to that, how did you get over that? Like, what step did you take? Because I know it was some trauma there growing up, going into adulthood. Did you ever tell your parents? Did you ever finally tell somebody?
When it came down to when I was a child, I did tell. But when I told as a child, the response from the adults in my life was, don't tell my father, because if my father knew, he would kill the perpetrator. And I didn't want to be responsible for my father killing a person.
Right.
So I didn't tell. I didn't say anything. And I kept quiet. And so that leads to, like I say, conditioning that happens. And so when things happen to me later in life, I didn't say a word. I didn't tell about the gang rape out loud until I was 48.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And then I began to once I actually owned it and began to talk about it, then I began to seek assistance from the people that I talked to that helped me. I'm a therapist, so of course I know other therapists. And so to be able to deal with it, because triggers were coming up and I knew intellectually what triggers were, but I wasn't dealing with my own.
Wow. Wow. So to 48 years old. Wow.
So that's why I always say when we see in the media about women or men who don't tell about things that happen to them till much, much later, and the first thing we hear is people say, why they wait so long?
Right.
You have no idea what a person has gone through up until that point that has gotten them to the point that they have become conditioned not to tell.
Wow. That's awesome right there. That's just... Wow. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more of Dr. Sabrina Jackson.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back. And we were just talking with Dr. Sabrina, and we were just talking a little bit about some of the traumatic things that happened in your childhood and how you overcame that. And that's just so, awesome that you're, able to open up, and just, talk about that, because some people, wouldn't, they don't want others to know about some of those things that happened to them. I recently wrote a book, and it talks about some of the things that had happened to me as a child and as an adult woman. And, it took a while, for me to actually open up and let my parents know and family know. So I understand, that whole hurdle sometimes it takes, to overcome something like that.
Well, I think that as women, we have to understand that when we tell our truth, it unlocks the opportunity for another woman or man to tell their truth. So our pieces are missing pieces of somebody else's puzzle.
Yes, yes. And that's so true, because I know you've gotten a lot of feedback, and even for me, it's only me maybe a year, I've gotten a lot of feedback, and other doors is open for that, just to talk to other women, coming out with such things, because people, you don't want people to know. You want this thing put together.
Yes.
So, it's amazing that, people can share that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So going to our next question. So what do you feel is the number one reason you've been so successful in so many different areas of your life?
I think that one, I understand that a setback is a setup for a comeback.
Okay.
So I cannot have a comeback unless I've been set back.
Yeah.
So I never let falling make me stay down.
That's good.
So, and then sometimes when you fall in and you get back up, you have to create a new normal. You have to create a new you. You have to recreate what you do and how you do it. And so my thing is, as long as I make a step towards something that's my natural, then I allow God to blow his super on my natural. And that's the only thing that makes supernatural blessings. So daily I'm expecting supernatural things to happen for me. That's my expectation.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And you use that whole philosophy in everything.
Every single thing. Every area of my life, whether it has to do with my money, whether it has to do with my friendships, whether it has to do with my contribution to the world and my purpose, whether it has to do to my daily routines and habits, my health, my relationships with a loved one, the passion area. Whatever it is, you have to allow that, because God is present in everything. And so we can't hide anything from him. So I just say, come on, blow your super.
Okay.
On my
blow
natural.
your super on my natural.
On my natural.
Okay. Okay, so you also are known for helping people, for motivating people, for empowering people, and you've just started a new clothing line as well. And so where did that come from? So you're this life coach and all these other things, author. So where did the clothing line come in from?
Well, this came about because I'm on TV every week on Fox 2. Okay. And because I'm on TV, and you will know this, you don't want to wear the same thing twice.
Right.
So I was going out shopping at the last minute, trying to find things to wear that would look good on me in my frame. Okay. I am a curvy girl. Okay. And then I also wanted things that had a particular type of color, a particular type of fit, because I don't like that constricted feeling. And so I spoke with the designer about making things for me. And then he just says, well, why not create your own line so that when people see you in it, they can buy it. And for me, the businesswoman, that's another stream of income. Yeah. Yes, let's do that. So that's where it came from.
Okay. Yeah, and you have one of your pieces on today?
Yes, this is a Dr. Sabrina collection. It is called the puffer dress. And so this is a knit. And I like knit because knits don't wrinkle.
Yeah.
I hate wrinkles.
Me too.
Yeah, I love a thing. So we have a whole piece in the line that's called Ready to Wear, because I am the muse for the line. And so when we look about my lifestyle and how I move and what I do, I may leave here today and have to go to another meeting. I might leave that meeting and need to be on stage someplace this evening. And so I need to be able to be put together but comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about being comfortable.
Yes.
Being comfortable.
Yes.
So I definitely love that. I'm going to get my dress in blue.
Yes.
So I will be ordering that as well. So
thank you.
Where can they check your clothing line out?
The website is drsabrincollection.com, and that'll be up officially, I believe, Friday. They're working on it because we launched the line this past week at Fashion Week in Paris.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And so we are getting all the images and everything from Paris and the photo shoot there to all be uploaded so that people can see it and then order.
Okay.
They're working on it as we speak. We have a meeting about it today.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to the clothing line.
Thank you.
Will you be having accessories and jewelry?
I don't know yet. We're just...
Okay.
This is all new for me.
Something to think about?
It's all new for me, but yes, it's exciting.
Okay. Well, congratulations to that.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Sabrina. So, in a lot of the many things that you do you always believe in yourself? Is there ever a moment where you're not?
Okay, so let me say this. We're all human.
Right.
And humans, we allow the facts to dilute our faith. So yeah, I'm a woman of faith. Yes, I am an evangelist. I'm licensed. I preach, all of that. But sometimes when I look at my bank account or I look at the credit score, I go,
Right.
I'm not going over there because they're going
Right.
to laugh me out the place.
Right.
But what I understand is, again, when I make that natural step, I allow God then to blow his super on my natural. So even in my doubt, even in my not believing, even in my saying that, oh, I don't think I can, if I at least try, it gives me the opportunity to. So I have really learned probably within the last 2 years that any door that's open for me, I always say I'm going to run through it. And I'm going to run through it not saying, oh, I can't, or why me, or I've never done it, because every single person that we see had a first day.
That's true.
There was a time we didn't know who Oprah was. There was a time we didn't know who Jay-Z was. There was a time we didn't know who John Maxwell was.
That's right.
There was a time we didn't know who Madam C.J. Walker
Right.
was.
Right.
However, they kept moving and they allowed the opportunities to come. So I'm going to keep moving.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Well, Dr. Sabrina, it has been truly a treat, but I want you to talk to our viewers that may be watching and just give them something to motivate them, to inspire them to believe in themselves again, to believe, period. What would you say to someone?
I would say to you, as you're watching, I want you to care about everything that you do. CARE is an acronym. The C is you have to be coachable, because how do you get better if can't nobody tell you nothing? You have to be open to feedback. Second, the A is that you have to have an attitude of gratitude. You have way more to be thankful for. And when you're thankful, it eliminates the room for complaint.
Yeah.
Then the R is that you have to be righteously responsible. Own your stuff. If you did it, say you did it, because you can only heal from a thing if you're real about a thing. And then the E, I used to say embrace excellence, but I stopped saying embrace, because what I've learned, if you embrace it, you can let it go. Now I say embody excellence. When you embody it, when you show up, your best shows up. Bring your A game to every game.
That's good. I like that. The care. I like all of that. That's awesome. Dr. Sabrina, it's been such a treat. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much for having
gracing
me.
us with your presence today.
Absolutely.
It was been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
I can learn so many different things from you. I may be calling you to be my life coach.
Absolutely, anytime. And congratulations on what you're doing here, because this is so phenomenal that you've made the step.
Yes.
To do what your dreams are. So you are an inspiration to someone else. And so you're inspiring me, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, kings and queens, thank you for joining me today on Believe in Yourself Tuesday. I hope you got something that was inspiring to you and empowering to you. And remember, everything you need is right there inside of you. All you have to do is believe in yourself.